Okay, so got done burning kerosene. It's about 20-25 minutes on 3 cups, running on high. So it's the same as diesel. You know, same settings, diesel. See a little tick mark there, pointing towards high. But it's all emptied out. There's no overflow, so that's good. I mean, the float system on this is working great the way it's supposed to. Doesn't look like there's, it's not terribly dirty in there. I mean, it'd probably be, I mean, you could run this for quite a while before a person would really need to clean it. But yeah, it works out very well. So 3 cups for about 20-25 minutes on kerosene and diesel. Okay, it's been about 17 minutes or so since we first started this, and as you can see, there's still fuel in my line here. So it's oh, there it is. Yeah, you can actually see how fast that drains down as it goes. So it goes through it pretty quick when it's running on high like this. Now, something I noticed though when I looked in here is that it burns a lot cleaner than the diesel did. You can kind of see how it's got a nice, comes right up off of it, so it must create fumes a lot better than the diesel does. I mean, it still burns. I mean, it comes out the stack the same. Nothing but heat waves. So, but it seems to burn about the same rate. But it definitely flows a lot better, especially in these really cold temperatures. But we'll see how much longer this thing will last. It looks like it's already, see, it's almost through that. It's about 1.5 feet worth of hose, clear hose. So it won't be too much longer, I would imagine. Okay. What I got going here is gasoline. 3 cups of it. This one makes me nervous just because of how volatile gasoline is. So what I did was, before I put any gasoline or get anything in the system, I set it to gas where it's above -25. There's 2 settings for gasoline. There's the below -25 and then the above -25. So that's what I have it on right now. Right now it's off. I do still have it on its high setting. What I'm going to do is I'm going to flip this on and kind of see if I hear it filling up or anything, and I'm going to see if I can light it. See if I can light it this way. I really don't want to stick anything really flammable. I do have one here ready. If I can get this to work. Okay, so I did not do the whole 1 cup in there thing because I really don't think it needs it, since we are talking about gas. But you know, it kind of, I mean, it's down in there right where that nozzle tube is, and it's not lighting. Oh boy, makes me nervous. See, I don't think, to me, filling this thing up with gas and putting it in there is just a bad idea in general. But it looks like I'm gonna have to. Okay, so I got the cup ready. It's not quite all the way full, but pretty much. I'm gonna pour this in just like I do the diesel and kerosene, and hopefully I get to keep my eyebrows after this. So this time I'm not gonna put the poker thing in there now. I mean, there's no reason why this shouldn't light up. Well, as you heard, it just went up, and so she's going. You can kind of hear it in there. Let's take a look. Yeah, it's going. So I'll let it sit, and see if it keeps going. But yeah, I figured as much that would kind of go off. Looks like I still don't have anything in my overflow, so that's good. Especially dealing with gasoline, it's just makes me really nervous. But you can kind of hear it creaking and cracking. You can see some flames. But seems to be going. I'll just kind of let it sit and see what it does. Yeah, it's been about a minute or so, and this thing, I mean, you can heat waves, you know, coming out of it. I mean, it's definitely, she's going. You can kind of see the light. Seems to be a lot more flames coming out, as you can see. I mean, it definitely, but check that out. It's warming back up again. I mean, like I said, it's about, well, it's probably now about 10-11 degrees outside, maybe more. But yeah, from being completely cold, now again, since I'm above -25, that's why the knob's here. And then I'm also again on its highest setting. And yeah, so it's going really good. Seems to be kind of going at the same rate as kerosene and diesel. So yeah, it worked out pretty good. Okay, so gasoline, regular pump 87 grade petrol or gasoline, it lasted a shorter time than diesel did. It was about 340 degrees on the top, so it was about 40 degrees less than diesel, and it only lasted about 15 minutes. So on high, running on gasoline, it certainly goes through it a lot faster. Well, 5 minutes faster, so it's not terrible. But right now I have gasoline, same grade, 87. In this, it's on low, and I'm going to see how long this will run for. And kind of roughly what the temperature is. I mean, you can kind of see how it flickers like that. But it works really well. I mean, the heater itself, it's pretty awesome. Okay, so on gasoline, after about 26 minutes, that's about all that's left. So I gained maybe an extra 10 minutes of burn time. Lost about half the heat. No. It's about 100 degrees cooler on low, I guess. But yeah, I mean, I was expecting a little bit more than 10 minutes extra burn time being on low, but we'll I guess we'll see what diesel does on low next. So just something to point out is that in that bucket it was empty, and all I did was pour diesel in it and then change the setting, and right away, I mean it took right off. So I didn't have to relight it or do anything when I switched fuels. Actually, it worked out really good. Fired right up. Didn't even hesitate. Right now I have it on its lowest setting. The way it works on this dial, I don't know if you can tell, but there's kind of like a ridge, and it gradually increases the height of the knob as you turn it. So this is at the bottom, the lowest it'll go, and that was on that same setting for gasoline too, where I only got an extra 10 minutes of burn time out of it on gasoline, and we'll see what diesel does for me. Okay, it's been about, see, what running on diesel on low, it's lasted about a half hour. So like gasoline, it only lasted an extra 10 minutes on low, and it was about half the heat output. Was going about 190 degrees on the top here, and so 190 degrees for a half hour, so an extra 10 minutes of runtime. It's not really what I was hoping for. I was hoping to at least double my time, and being that that it is as low as it'll go, there's really nothing I can do to try and get an extra 10 minutes out of it. But I mean, otherwise, I mean, it, as far as, you know, heating up a small space, it works really well. I like it.